Hello and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the BSA live show. What you just saw was a 2-minute video clip of the Inter BSA Cup tournament that was played out last year at Mabla Green. Some of you might be wondering, what exactly am I doing here as a Joganathpuri in this show? Okay. Well, let me try and explain. Okay, so I can provide that impartiality.
Yeah.
I can ask those awkward questions that one Bishnati is not going to ask another Bishnati, and so on. So you have been warned. Anyway, let me just introduce you to my guests. So on the left, I have Koesmia, the chairman. On the far left, I have Yakub Ali Bhai, who is the vice chair. And just correct me if I get this wrong, okay, and keep me really honest here. So on the right-hand side, I've got our very own Daulat Khan Babul Bhai, who is the honorary president.
Correct.
And finally, we have Yakub Ali Bhai, Anfor Bhai, who is the secretary. Now, Koes, I'm going to come on to you first.
Yes.
Do you want to give a quick introduction of who you are, what you do, what's your role in this organization, and so on?
Sure. Thank you, Nandi Bhai. Assalamu alaikum to you, and assalamu alaikum to your viewers today. So just to give you an overview of what BSA is, obviously I'm the current chair. Babul Bhai was the chair before, and it was formed. Babul Bhai will talk about how it was formed. On this segment, I'll just explain what BSA does and what we all do. As you know, it's a voluntary organization. আমরা বাংলাও কিছু কই সকলে জেলা বুঝতে পারা আমরা এটা সময় দিয়া একটা একতা হইলে হইব এটা একতা 20 দিন তোর দায়। So we started in 2015. আর একটা আমরার উদ্দেশ্য আছিল যে সব বিষ্ণারিতে এখানে করিয়া উপজেলার টুর্নামেন্টও এই সময় আছিল। আপনারা জগন্নাথপুরও আমাইছে বিভিন্ন আরো উপজেলা অকল আমাইছিল। So that was the concept ওই সময় শুরু হয়েছিল। শুরু হওয়া থেকে আমরা দেখলাম যে একটা তো করলাম, that's once a year. Togetherness যেটা আছিল আর যে মায়া মমতা বিষ্ণাতি বাই তোর শুরু হয়েছিল আমরা দেখলাম যে ইউ এক্সপ্যান্ড করা লাগে।
In other words, just one day tournament isn't enough.
It's not
expand,
enough.
yeah.
A one day tournament
to keep the family together, you need to expand and do more things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one day is never enough. একদিন আইলা দেখলা গেলাগি আমরা মেইন উদ্দেশ্য আছিল যে আমরা টুগেদার হইতাম পারি কিলা সব রাখা যায় কিলা আর জিনিসটা গ্রো করা যায় কিলা। সো ওখান থেকে আপনারা উপজেলা থেকে আমরা শুরু হইলো বাদে ইন্টার বিএসএ। The idea behind
BSA stands for
Bishownath Sports Association. So yeah, Bishownath Sports Association. আর ইন্টারের আইডিয়াটা অক্টো হয়েছিল যে আমরা উপজেলাত সিলেক্ট করার দা প্লেয়ার বিভিন্ন আস্তা ইউকের আপনার উইল গো অ্যারাউন্ড দ্য ইউকে হোল্ড টুর্নামেন্টস লন্ডন মিল্টন কিনস বার্মিংহাম সব জায়গাতে হয়েছে টুর্নামেন্ট। সো উইল হোল্ড টুর্নামেন্টস সবরে দেখলাম টুর্নামেন্টও খেলা হইলো ভালো ভালো প্লেয়ার বাইসে আমরা উপজেলাত খেললাম। আর একটা মেইন জিনিস একটা হয়েছে না একটু মেইন জিনিস হয়েছে যে ওজনে যাইরা মায়া মমতা বারের টুগেদার হইল আর উপজেলার আর একটা স্পেশাল জিনিস খুবই উপজেলার কথা ইন্টারের কথা মাতবা সরি বাট এটা স্পেশাল জিনিস হইল যে আমরা ইউথরে ইন্টিগ্রেট কিলা করতাম। আমরা তো খেলতাম ধরিলাম আমরা 35+ তারা ইউথ যে তারা আমরা যে বিশ্বনাথী পয়েন্ট তারা বিশ্বনাথ চিন্ত কিলা বিশ্বনাথ জানত কিলা বিশ্বনাথ কিতা এটা তো এটা বুঝাইবার দরকার আছে। They need to understand what Bishownath is. They need to know their roots. So what we do.
Let's come on to the roots in a moment.
Yes,
right? Let me just look to the right. Now, Babul Bhai, do you need to give an introduction? If I would say to my audience, if you don't know Babul Bhai, you don't know football. But anyway, I'm going to give you that moment.
Okay. Thank you, Nanu, and assalamu alaikum, everyone. Basically, it's a Bishownath Sports Association UK, the ISA. যে সময় থেকে আর উপজেলা ফুটবল স্টার্ট হয়েছে এই দেশ উপজেলা ফুটবল স্টার্ট হওয়ার পর থেকে আর আমরা এই দেশ গ্রেটার সিলেটর যত উপজেলা হল আসেন এভরি সিঙ্গল উপজেলায় সকলে তারার উপজেলা বেসড ফুটবল টিম এই দেশ বানাইছেন। আর ওটু আসলে আমরা মেইন ইন্টেনশন যে আমরা আসলে ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি অনেক তা করি কালেকটিভলি এজ এ উপজেলা বা একটা ইউনিয়ন হিসাবে আমরা আসলে কোনো সময় যোগ করছি না। আর আলহামদুলিল্লাহ যে সময় উপজেলা ফুটবল স্টার্ট হয়েছে ইট ওয়াজ ভেরি হাইপড আপ অ্যান্ড ভেরি মানে এনকারেজিং বা পিপল আর রিয়েলি ইন্টারেস্টেড আসলা এই ধরনের ফুটবলের লাগিয়ে। আর কারণ যে সময় একজন মানুষে তার উপজেলার লাগিয়ে খেলায় আমরা তো অনেকেও মনে করো অ্যামেচার লেভেলে ফুটবল খেলাইছেন বিকজ তারা যে সময় উপজেলার লাগি খেলায় মানুষের কাছে লাগে যে কারণ আমি ডিস্ট্রিক্টের লাগি খেলাইছি আমার কাছে লাগছে আমি দ্যাটস ওয়াজ মাই হাইয়েস্ট লেভেল। সো আমার কাছে লাগছে আমি আমার দেশের লাগি খেলাইছি। তো যে সময় মানুষ উপজেলার লাগি খেলায় এই সময় লাগে যেমন তার কাছে একটা প্রাউড লাগে যে আমি আমার উপজেলার লাগি খেলাইলাম। আর আমরা আসলে এজ এ বিশ্বনাথী আমরা বিশ্বনাথর এই দেশ ইলাকান কোনো স্পোর্টস অ্যাসোসিয়েশন আসিল না আমার জানা মতো আসিল না তো আমরা ভাবছিলাম যে এই জিনিসটা যদি আমরা করি অনেক সময় অনেক মানুষ এখন ভালো ভালো প্লেয়ার হল আছে ওয়ার্ল্ডাম আছে কিকলি আছে ম্যানচেস্টার আছে এই দেশের বিভিন্ন কোণাত আছে
কিন্তু is a huge উপজেলা, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got people all over the country to select from.
So আমরা তুকাইয়া পাই না ও ভাবলাম যে আমরা যদি ইন্টার বিএসএ করি তো ইন্টার বিএসএ করলে ওই বকিতা ম্যানচেস্টার থেকে একটা টিমে পার্টিসিপেট করবো ব্রাডফিল্ড থেকে করবো কিকলি থেকে করবো ওল্ডাম থেকে করবো তখন আমরা প্লেয়ার হল আমরা চকুত পড়বো আমরা বাসি বাসি নেদারল্যান্ড ন্যাশনাল টিমও হারায় ওলা খান সো দ্যাটস ওয়াজ দ্য মেইন ইন্টেনশন যে আমরা বিএসএ করার ট্রায়াল লাখান সো ওখান থেকেও আমরা বিশ্বনাথ স্পোর্টস অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের জন্মটা হয়েছে আলহামদুলিল্লাহ হয়তো আমি ওখান নাই বাট আমি যতটুকু জিনিস দেখলাম যে জেলাখান আমরা এটা স্টার্ট হয়েছিল আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ইকটা থেকে আরো অনেক বড় হয়েছে যে সমস্ত ভাইয়ের যেমন এক্সাম্পল কয়েস ইয়াকুব আনফর বা কবির আমরা যারা ভাইয়েন অনেক ভাইয়েন আসুন চিনো নাই বাট আলহামদুলিল্লাহ দে আর টেকিং টু দ্য নেক্সট লেভেল
Excellent stuff. Yakub bhai, you have been very active recently, and I know I've seen you active for a number of years now. I mean, what's your role in Bishownath? What do you do?
Well, I'm currently the flagship. The thing is, I'd like to say thank you to Bubble Bhai first and Khalik Bhai, who's not here with us, to actually get me involved in this. And from this onwards, I've made loads of friends and things like that. So what I want to really talk about today is the Inter when it's happening. So basically, it's on the 19th of June, which is the Sunday coming. And there's 10 teams participating. They come from different regions of England, and Coach Bias and Bubbles already touched on that. The reason behind it is that we want to find out the best players that are available all around the country. And another aspect of that is that socially, the thing that is just the younger brothers we want to get involved. So we're doing it's like it's part vets and part youngsters.
I'm going to ask a question here, right? Some of the younger brothers, do they actually know which upazila they're from? Because I know personally that some of the senior staff, they don't know which upazila they were from. They were good football players, and when they heard about the upazila tournament, they wanted to participate, and then they were saying, well, which upazila am I from?
Yeah.
Have you found any of these in Bishownath?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, if you're disconnected from your country, some people haven't been there 15, 20 years, they're not going to know. And then the children are definitely not going to know. But these kind of tournaments and this organizer like the Upazila, this has done immense things to bring everyone together and to be reconnected with our roots.
I think the identifications created amongst the Bishownath.
Yeah.
What you're trying to
So
ask.
what Sonalioti has done is provided the platform, which Babul Bhai, you were heavily involved in part of the initiation, and then each of the Upazilas are taking their own initiative to promote people, their roots, where they're from, and making it like a inclusive entity so that everybody can participate.
Exactly, especially with sports. You know, when it's youngsters, they won't get involved with anything else. So everybody loves sports. So these are the kind of things you can bring them in. Like we've done a tour about a few years ago. And we want to do it again. We'll go another tour hopefully coming end of this year. So that's what we're going to do. And it's the social aspect of it is very important as well as the sporting aspects of it. So.
And I think with Bishownath, the difference, just to identify, is the creativity ideas is always there from our founders. Babul Bhai, is always coming out with stuff from his hat. Upazila was being one of them when he was Shunali. So Bishownath always takes that credit of creativity, and I think that's followed on. That's where we're trying to keep on with other stuff, which Anfar Bhai will touch on, that we're trying to do.
Which is exactly what I'm about to do. Anfar Bhai, you've been very quiet. Tell us what you why are you even here in the show anyway? I mean, I know is involved in Upazila, involved in 50 plus. You've been involved in various, but you told me the other day that you're most keen on the Upazila. Why is that?
NTV সকল দর্শক শ্রোতা যে যেখান থেকে দেখা সকলের আমরা আসসালামু আলাইকুম মেইন উদ্দেশ্য যেটা কইছেন আপনি আমি yes I am very active স্পোর্টসের মাঝে বা অন্যান্য organization but football passion হইল গিয়ে আমরা সারারও একটা ফ্যাশন আর বিশেষ করে when it comes to উপজেলার বিশ্বনাথ আপনারা আগে একটা কথা কইছেন যে আমরা এখানে যারা আমরা জেনারেশন মানুষের বা ইয়াং জেনারেশন যেমন আমরা ছোটো বাচ্চা যেগুলো আমার বাচ্চাদের এজ হইলাম 15-16 ইয়ার্স এরা যে কানেকশনটা লস হয়েছে উইথ বাংলাদেশ অ্যান্ড দের উপজেলা দের মাদারল্যান্ড ওগুলো আমরা ক্রিয়েট করার চেষ্টা করলাম উপজেলার লোকে আমরা কানেক্টেড কারণে বাবুলই আমরা কইছেন যে এইটাই লোকে আমরা রক্তর বান যে সময় আপনার ডাক দেয় আপনার রক্ত ইজ অলওয়েজ দেয়ার আর আমরা যারা ধরে লোক আল্লাহ আমরা কিছু অভিজ্ঞতা দিছে যে আমরা এইরকম অর্গানাইজেশন চালাইবার ক্ষমতা আছে তখন গিয়ে আমরা উদ্যোগ নিছি একটু যে আমরা ও যে ছোটো বাচ্চাদের আপনার 35+ ভেটারান সব সময় গেম হয় কিন্তু ওপেন এজও হয় না বা বাচ্চাদের আমরা এঙ্গেজ করতে পারি না ও একটা উদ্দেশ্য হইল গিয়ে যে সারারে এখানো সারা বিশ্বনাথীরে এখানো এক করা
everybody in one place. Quite really quickly, yeah? The intercity tournament, how is it different to the Jagannathpur Union tournament?
Inter-BSA tournament, sorry,
Yes,
it's different. Okay, you know, what we done and what the union done. To me, then the show. So Jagannathpur, what they've done is Tara Union dia deshtaki.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Union. What we did, because আমরা চাইছি youth integrate করতাম so আমরা যদি ইউনিয়ন টুকানি যাই এটা ফুলতাই না তো ইন্টারেস্টেড না দে মোর ইন্টারেস্টেড ইন হে কোন থেকে আইসন উদ্দেশ্য দইলা মিল্টন কিনজর আছে ইউথ উই ওয়ান্ট ইউথ এস ইনতো তোমার বার্মিংহাম ইউথ লন্ডন ইউথ সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমরা লন্ডন ক্রিয়েট করছি জিনিসটা আর বিভিন্ন উপজেলায় করছে তারা এবো কররা যে বাংলাদেশের আমরা এটা একটু ডিফারেন্ট ইউনিক বিকজ উই আর থিঙ্কিং লং টার্ম আমরা স্ট্র্যাটেজি হইল টু tell the youth what it is, and if we don't do it here in the UK where we are, that's why it's called Bishownath Sports Association.
আরেকটা জিনিস আমি জাস্ট ওটারে যোগ করি যে এটা ওই কিতা কারণ ইউনিয়ন বেসড ওইলে অনেক সময় ওই কিতা এক ইউনিয়নের একজন বার্মিংহামের একজন ওল্ডামের একজন মিল ওই যায় তো এটা এগুলো জেলি নয় না আর একটা টিম যদি এক টাউন থেকে আয় এর লাগে আমরা টাউন থেকে নেই যে ও টাউনের যে বিশ্বনাথী আসেন এরা হইলে এক টিম হো টাউনের যে বিশ্বনাথী আসেন এরা হইলে এক টিম আর আলহামদুলিল্লাহ মানে বিশ্বনাথী বাইয়েন মোটামুটি দেশের সকল টাউনও আসেন তো এর লাগে আর তারা টিমটা জেলি নয় বালা যে সময় টাউনে টিম দেয় আদারওয়াইজ এই যে জগন্নাথপুর বা আরো দিস ইয়ার আমি দেখছি গোলাপগঞ্জও করে সাতকেও করে ইটস ভেরি গুড বাট ইউনিয়নটা হইলে সাউন্ডটা বালা বানায় আর আমরা দেখছি যেমন টাউনে হইলে টিমটা জেলি নয় বালা দিস ইজ দ্য ডিফারেন্ট আর নাই কোনো ডিফারেন্স নাই সকলেও গুড ওয়ার্ক করা
Guys, hold that for a second, okay? We're going to take a short break. In the next segment, we're going to be looking at the sponsors. We will also be doing the actual draw as well, maybe in the second or third segment. So don't go away, we'll be back sooner than you think. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. So we talked about the tournament in the first segment itself, and we believe we're going to be also doing a kit launch as well. Isn't that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, anyway, first things first, I've got two new guests here. So on my right, we've got Ansar Bhai, who is our sponsor. Thank you for joining us. And on the left, we've got Khalis Bhai, who is the manager of the team itself. Khalis Bhai, do you want to give a quick introduction, what you've been up to, what you're doing, what your future plans and aspirations are?
Sure. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you. Future aspirations, I guess we'll talk about it a bit later on, but what we've been doing for the last 12 months, we had our Inter-BSA last year, which was in June last year also, and then we had the Upazila, which we took a break for a year due to COVID, but we came back last year. Alhamdulillah, we did really well. Our recruitment was really good. We had quite a lot of new brothers coming in. I think you were saying some stuff about earlier on that do some of the brothers actually know where they're from and where Bishownath etc. is. Alhamdulillah, in terms of Bishownath, you know, a lot of the brothers and well, pretty much all the brothers that joined us knew exactly where they're from, which village they're from, where their ancestors from, etc. And they came through. They came forward to us and they actually introduced themselves as Bishnathis. So we blessed, mashallah. Not sure about all the other oppositors. I'm sure there are. So yeah, we kept our relationship going throughout the year. We didn't have a lot of activities due to COVID, etc. But we kept in touch with everyone. And inshallah, next week, this weekend, we'll have all the brothers together to actually deliver it again for 2022.
Thank you for that, Khalis Bhai. Ansar Bhai, really quickly, what made you sponsor the tournament?
There's two things.
And I have to say that you're not new to sponsoring, are you? You're quite active in the space, and I mean, before you begin, I would like to say thank you, on behalf of the community, because you're very, very active in the sponsoring space. So thank you. Sorry, carry on now.
Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Assalamu alaikum everyone, and there's two reasons why I've kind of sponsored BSA. Number one, Impression Events venue. It's a venue for the community, especially our Bangladeshi community. BSA is a community sports association. So this is where the link is. Yeah. If I do not, my community has been supporting me, so if I do not give back to my community, it's not fair. That's one of the reasons. Second reason, going back in the 90s, when I was a child, I used to play a lot of football. Back in them days, support wasn't there. Not many organizations used to get support for kits and other activities as well. Yeah,
there were very few, isn't there?
Very few. And
the audience was huge, wasn't it?
The audience was huge.
Yeah. Space was huge. But the support
was very little. Support was very little. Now I'm in a position, alhamdulillah, with the support of the community and the mercy of Allah, I'm able to support the brothers.
Give back.
Who the kind of support that I didn't get. So that's the emotional side to it as well. Plus, sports is something that keeps everyone healthy, fit and active, and it also keeps our community together as well.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
we have a responsibility.
We have seen that, haven't we?
We have a
Since the launch
responsibility.
of the Upazila, all of the 15 different Upazilas, they've created their own family, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably a message for the audience, right? I mean, the whole platform for the Upazila is to bring all the Upazilas together.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm at Jagannath Puri today and I'm presenting a Bishnati show. It just shows
That shows the unity.
That unity, and it's getting everyone together.
The brotherhood, yes.
Now, Anwar Bhai, I know you have been very active. Okay, tell us about any other activities that you've been involved in.
Well, BSA is again not just the committee, the whole organization is very active. It's not BSA is not just about playing football. It's about engaging everyone.
How many members do you have? Roughly,
at the moment, on top of my head, it's about 500-600.
That is huge.
Yes, we got huge followers. But like I said, it's not all about football. We try to facilitate everyone. Not everybody plays football. So we try to facilitate everybody's needs. So we're engaging, we done a badminton tournament, which was a very successful. We've been doing a Bangladesh tour. Again, the young players from this country, again, we're trying to reconnect with the roots. When they go back, they see their motherland, as well as play football, enjoy the game. We got very big plan. We got something very special coming up in October the 3rd, which is the National Carom competition organized by BSA again. We've been doing, I mean, like Babul Bhai, we have quite few brothers the age around about Babul Bhai's age. So because they cannot do an active sports, we got them fishing. So these are the type of activities that we're trying to create for sports. Right? Yes, and yes, we got so much coming up, inshallah. We got really good support to the brothers, and that will grow big and bigger.
Anyway, just to touch on Ansar Bhai's and what Ansar Bhai touched on, again it goes back to the ideas are there. To implement them is the support of the businesses, which are key. So again,
well, not just the businesses. What about people like you, the leaders?
Absolutely.
You need the doers.
Absolutely,
as well.
The doers are needed, but you need funds as well. So you like for your kids.
It makes it that so much easier when that funding comes in, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's key when brothers support it. Then you can implement these ideas. Which are key, like impression, like the brother with the badminton. We've got the Upazila, Gulzar Bhai, who's Masala, coming in. All these businesses coming in, supporting are key aspects in keeping us going.
I think if I may say so, we're actually very blessed, not just with the decent committee, but with the players as well as the business people from Bishownath. And everybody is coming forward. They're extending their hands how we should move forward. So we're actually blessed, I must say.
Khalis Bhai, really quickly, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to do things differently this year? Or are you doing anything differently? Is your strategy the same or pretty much?
In terms of the inter-BSA?
Both. The actual inter-BSA tournament itself, and then how you're preparing for the Upazila tournament itself?
Yes. So Upazila tournament, the preparation is all based around what we do throughout the year. So the inter-BSA is one of the fundamentals of how we cater the players from throughout the country to get the best talents, to get the brothers together. Obviously, support is way more important than everything else, and the enjoyment of the day to keeping Bishnatis together, to make sure Bishnatis are known to each other. Obviously, the rest of the brothers, like yourself, but I'm obviously specifically talking about Bishnatis.
Is Ansar Bhai playing in the tournament? I had to ask that question.
We would love for him to play. I think he'll decide on the day how he feels.
Talking about that, right? How many teams do we have in the tournament?
That's what I was just about to say to you. So one of the preparations is how we move around the country, or how we communicate around the country to bring those players and teams in. Every year we try and increase, but it's difficult because of the time of the year it is, all the leagues in different parts of the country happening. So we've been keeping it to 10 teams just to allow as many players to join. Some areas do not have a big mix of players, so we kind of help them get together. I'll name you some of the teams that are in this year. We have a couple of new entrants.
Who were the last year's winners?
Last year's winners, East London.
East London,
my team.
Okay. What about the previous year?
Previous year
there was one the previous year because
Milton
of COVID.
Keynes. Yes, Milton Keynes.
Okay.
The year before that was another London team, was North West London. So Milton Keynes took it away the year before, and then it's been in London most of the times, as we have a bigger mix of Bishownathis.
Which team are you supporting then?
He supports Bishownath.
I know you're supporting Bishownath, but which intercity team are you supporting?
Right, I'm supporting all the teams.
Okay.
All the teams.
No, but there has to be a favorite, right?
They're all my
There's no
favorites.
favorite, right,
Listen, anybody playing on the day, any team playing, participating, they're all my favorites.
That's right.
When you talked about me playing football, but like I said, as a child, I grew up playing football. But things have changed, priorities have taken over.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't even kick a ball to someone. I used to play in defense. I wasn't a good player at all, but I used to play in defense, but I used to be able to do justice to the ball. So that's what I would like to say.
So John Terry.
So anyway, shall we just recap on some of the rules for the tournament? Kois or Khalis, feel free to just jump in.
I'll do actually.
Is it 20 minutes per game? Are we going to have sin bins?
I don't want to go too much into the actual rules of the game, but I will explain to you how we're trying to integrate everyone and build the community even more. So the Upazila tournament, which we participate as a Bishownath, is a 35 plus tournament, so veterans tournament. What we do, because we are here for the community, so our tournament is a mixture of youth and vets. So because
how many youths can you have in a team?
Yeah, so because this predominantly started with the view of selecting veteran players, we are making sure that each team or each game has to have a minimum of 4 veteran players. So you could have more than 4, but the minimum is 4. Yeah. So and then the starting age is 16. Obviously, we prefer 18, but we've created it to a professional level of 16. So that's the most important rule, that all teams have to have a minimum of 4 vets playing at all times.
Now here's a question, right? Now the veterans, the people in the age group of the veterans, right, classified as the golden generation of Bengali footballers, right? And they're meant to be best of the best, right? Now, since you guys are mixing the team, right, how are the younger lot finding playing with the older lot?
Amazing. I mean, we've done this this is our 6th year, and the first 2 years was just vets. And then for the last,
how are the youngsters? Are they able to cope?
I'm just answering that for you. Okay. So for the last 3 years plus this year, we mixed it up, and actually, age, apart from fitness, I don't think age makes much of a difference. Our brothers, alhamdulillah, we are blessed, Bishownath, and in Jagannathpuram, our Upazilas. The youth are finding it difficult because the vets have tactically better footballing in the brains. Yes, the youth are more challenging, they're rapid in pace, etc. But I think it's the other way around. The youth are integrating well, but they actually, not all, but a lot of them are actually finding it difficult to match the footballing tactics and brains with the vets.
I think this year's teams are on the screen. We can run through. You can see now.
Do you want me to run through some of the teams that we have?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sure. Yes, no, I've got it here as well. So what we've done, actually, we've invited one of a brand new team, which is, there's another tournament that happens throughout the year as well, more through charity, etc. And they were the winners last year. So sticking to community cohesion and getting people on board, we actually thought, you guys are the winners of the other tournament, which is also a Bishownathi based tournament, BCA, so Bishownath Community Association. We've invited them to come on. Obviously, we've asked them to introduce veteran players in their team. So that's the brand new team that.
Let's go through the team, shall we?
Yeah.
Before we take the break.
Yeah. So Bishownath Community Association. Then we've got Birmingham, which were there last year. The new other new team that we have is Harlow. So they've come on board. Luton, they've been there before. Middlesex, they've been before. Milton Keynes, they've been before.
Norwich.
The other addition we have is Norwich. They would like to be known as Norwich Ekadosh. I think the manager, his father created this team back in the year, so he wanted to just keep the name going. So alhamdulillah, we honoured that. We have North West London, one of the previous winners, and we got a team called Eastern Rangers. They are predominantly based for East London, but they wanted to be known as Eastern Rangers this year. So that's that team. And then we've got E21. You might say, where does E21 come from? So because these brothers are from different parts of East London, we didn't want to label it as E1, 2 or 3. So there's no E21. That's where E21 comes from. So that's our 10 teams.
So which teams have most of the superstars, or are they all spread out?
We have superstars in Bishownath. Bishownath is all about superstars.
I mean, they can't be all superstars, right? You can't have Ronaldo, Messi and Suarez and Salah,
area. So if
everyone in one team.
I mean, you've been around the Upazila football since it began as well, yeah? So you've seen the growth in the Bishownath team the last few years, especially the last few years.
I've seen a lot of changes and success, ups and downs. I've seen everything.
60% of the players come from outside of London.
That's really
good. And all of these teams have those players in them.
Okay.
So if I was to name
Hold that thought for 1 second, right? Sure. We're going to take a short break. In the next segment, don't go away, because this is where we're going to be doing a kit launch.
Yes.
And we're also going to be doing the cup draw itself as well.
Yes.
And we're going to have another really special guest. So don't go away. We'll be back very soon. Thank you. Welcome back. This is what we've all been waiting for, is the actual cup draw itself. But anyway, first of all, Babul Bhai, thank you for coming back. And we have a very special guest from Bangladesh. His name is Mohammad Khurshid Alam Babul Bhai, and he's actually a footballing legend from Bangladesh. Do you want to give a quick introduction?
আমি আসলে একটু ইন্টারফারেন্স করি বাবুল ভাই খুরশিদ আলম বাবুল ভাই ইজ নোন হি ইজ বাংলাদেশ এক্স ন্যাশনাল টিম প্লেয়ার বাবুল ভাই আসলে ওনার প্রথম জীবনে হি ওয়াজ প্লেড ফর আবাহানি লিমিটেড প্রায় 10 বছর আবাহানির ক্যাপ্টেন ছিলেন তারপরে আবার 10-12 বছর মোহামেডানের ক্যাপ্টেন ছিলেন সো হি ইজ বাংলাদেশ মোস্ট ক্যাপ প্লেয়ার ইন বাংলাদেশ হিস্ট্রি
Alhamdulillah. That is an amazing feat. It's a privilege sitting next to you, to be honest with you. You've been playing and involved in football before I was even born, so that just says a lot, and I'm not a very young person either to admit it. But anyway, so just moving on to the actual draw itself. Khalis bhai, do you want to give us a quick intro on how this draw is going to take place, the formatting?
Sure. So I'll be as quick as possible. We've got the two Babul Bhais, both our legends. One is a footballing legend, another one is a footballing legend, yet community legend as well in this country. So they will do the draws for the two groups. Babul Bhai on my left will do Group A, and Babul Bhai on my right will do Group B. And Ansar Bhai here as our sponsor, he will be, so as the teams are coming up, he will be showing which kit they get as well. So in one draw,
each team gets a kit.
Correct.
That's absolutely fantastic.
And this is Ansar Bhai and Impressions favor to us. So each team, so as the teams come up, he will show which team that kit. So they're all in order. So there's no pre-selection at all. We just got it in pre-order. As the names come up, a kit is selected.
So without any delay, shall we start the draw now?
Inshallah.
So Babul Bhai, you're going to do the first draw for Group A.
Okay.
And then Babul Bhai 2, let's just call you Babul Bhai 2. And you can do Group B.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's Group A. The first team is Middlesex.
So that's the kit A is Middlesex. Okay. And the kit for Middlesex is going to be?
There you go.
Impression number 8.
Just wait.
So you'll
just
be
wait for it to get
blue
captured.
kit.
There you go.
I like the color.
Just a bit this way.
Thank you.
That's it. That's their kit.
Okay.
Group B. First team from Group B is going to be
Harlow.
Okay.
So the first team from Group B is Harlow, and which kit are they going to be receiving?
The color green, it's very nice.
It's a very nice.
All green.
The camera's there.
It looks really amazing.
There you go.
I hope you got the sizes right.
Yes, the sizes are perfect.
Brilliant. Okay. So the second team from Group A, Babul Bhai.
Okay. Second team from Group A is Luton.
Luton.
Luton is the second team in Group A.
They're getting there.
We will be getting the yellow kit.
Perfect color for summer.
Yes, absolutely. I think Luton Town did have a yellow kit once.
They did actually. They did.
Didn't they?
Yeah, in their leagues. That's
okay.
right.
Okay,
So don't let them down, guys. So the second team from Group B, Bubble Bay.
London E21.
I'm going to get you to do that. I'm going to get you to
Nah.
pick up the kit. Go. No.
It's pretty, pre-arranged. So you do this.
So the second
you very
team
much.
in Group B is London E21, and they're going to be getting the orange kit. That is orange, right? I'm not
That's
going
orange,
colour
yes.
Orange, yeah.
That's
Orange, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Bubble Bay, doing the third team.
Okay. Third team for Group A is, let's see, Norwich Ekadosh.
That would be Norwich.
Right, Mr. Manager, no, you have to do this. That's yours.
So my brothers from Norwich are getting the Juventus kit, and you cannot let this one down.
Can be Kentas look like Newcastle.
That is a nice kit.
That's the Juventus kit. You
I
guys
think
got it?
that looks like the 2015 Jagannath Puri.
You guys had a similar kit.
I
not-
think we had a very
yeah.
similar one. Like say, I mean, that is really good taste.
That is really
That
nice.
is really
I
good
wanted
taste.
this one, but unfortunately my brothers in Norwich got it.
Okay, third team
Group
from,
B,
Group
third
B.
team. NW London.
So that
Northwest London.
stands
Northwest
for
London.
Northwest
London.
And they will be getting which kit?
This is quite nice as well.
that is
This
orange
is
and
orange
black.
and black and orange.
Okay, terrific. Bubble Bay.
Okay, so fourth team for Group A is Birmingham.
Birmingham.
That's Birmingham.
Good team.
Kalam team.
It's quite nice.
Both columns in the team.
Both Kalam is the same team.
Birmingham will be getting a bright orange.
with a bit of navy on top.
Okay, it's bright orange.
Yeah,
Yes,
bright
bright
orange. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Fourth team in Group B.
Milton Keynes.
So that would be Milton Keynes. Right, okay. And they will be getting,
Another nice kit.
is that a goldish brown and
It's brown and orangish.
orange gold?
Yeah, very yeah.
Okay, that looks amazing. Honestly, that does.
That's a nice kit.
That's really nice kit. Okay, so we've got the last two teams. So on the
Okay, so last team for Group A is Eastern Rangers.
Eastern
East
Rangers.
and Rangers. Okay,
I really like this color.
and I'm sure they're gonna have a lovely kit. Look at that
This
sky
is
bluish.
solid. This
Yeah.
is
Nice kit.
this
Really
is
nice.
really nice.
That is really good. Now, and then the final team, I'm sure if you're watching the show, you know who you are.
BCA. Should be.
That should be. What does BCA stand for again?
Bishownath
Bishownath
Community Association. Right, okay.
Community Association.
So just to recap,
No, their kit,
so
their kit.
which kit are they getting?
This is the one, the last and final.
Wow,
Oh,
that is an amazing.
very colorful.
I love this kit.
Yeah. I mean, I must be honest here, right? All of those kits look really nice. They look fantastic. I think the guys are going to be wearing and thinking, you know, this is really great. I think it should be something for you guys to be really proud of.
Can I just mention our designer Yakub Bhai, one of our committee
So I think
committee
everyone's going to be flocking to you guys.
and our sponsor obviously.
Absolutely. Anyway, just to recap on the teams itself. So just keep me honest if I get any wrong, right? I did
Yes.
write this down. So in Group A, we've got Middlesex, Luton, Norwich, Birmingham, and East End Rangers.
Correct.
And in Group B, we've got Harlow, London, E21,
Yeah.
Northwest London, Milton Keynes, and BCA.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, I know hardly any of these city teams, right? And this is where you come in, Faris. Which is the group of death?
From from what I know of some of the players, I mean, the teams in Group A are very, very good.
Group B.
I would say Birmingham, Birmingham, I think probably are the favourites in Group A. Group B, the BCA team, I'm telling you.
But here's something, right? I kind of clocked on what you said earlier on, right? 60% of the team is outside of London, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've got 2 teams in Group B from London itself. That's 40%, and that's a huge,
It's 3 teams.
huge amount. Is it 3
BCA
teams?
as well.
Or BCA is in Group B, so you've got 3 London teams in one group.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to pan out?
BCA are amazing, by the way. One of my butters that plays in that team. And that's the closeness, and this is obviously opposite to my team. So this is how close we are. We don't mind who plays in which team because we are all Bishnathis. BCA, North West London, previous winners. Yaqub Bai's team, amazing team. Milton Keynes, previous winners.
Okay.
E21, which is the London team, also winners. Very good team.
So for those who actually missed it, let's just get it up on the screen, the list of teams and the groups.
Yep.
So here we have it. So Group A, we've got Middlesex, Luton, Norwich, Ekadosh, Birmingham, and East End Rangers. So those are your 5 teams in the Group A. And in Group B, we've got Harlow, London E21. E21 doesn't exist, as we know. North West London, Milton Keynes, and BCA. What are the teams going to be expecting on the day, Babul Bhai?
I know one thing. I know who will be the winner. Okay.
You know,
How does you know that?
I know
can
because
you give me the name of the team that is going
name
to
of the
I think
team.
he's gonna
Okay.
explain that in a second.
Because this is the football tournament for the Bishownath and Bishownath uniting together. End of the day, the winner will be Bishownath.
Correct.
Absolutely. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what we're here for.
You win as a team and you lose as a team, and that's how it should be. I take it you're going to be in the tournament itself, watching from the sides. Yeah,
Talking to you, myself.
answer right.
Yeah, I'll be there on the day. I'll
Okay.
be there on the day. Yeah. And listen, when you said about winners and not winners, the way I see it, every single team participating there, they're all winners. It takes a lot of courage to participate in tournaments like that, and people coming from different
200-300 miles away, some of them.
places of the country,
Yeah.
and that's,
I mean, people do
that's-
make all that effort
Yeah.
to come all the way down here, you know, and I know this because from our Pozilla, we get the same thing as well. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Bishownath for today.
But it reflects on our commitment to the cause.
Commitment to the cause, correct. Yeah, and it's a similar pattern, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, just a few things for the participating teams to watch out for on the day.
I just want to say all the best to
car
everybody.
parking,
Yes.
you know, things like that.
Yes,
etiquette
actually,
and-
thank you very much for saying that, actually, because there is a simultaneous event on the other side of the pitch. So I think they have also about 10 or 12 teams. So the car park is going to be ram-packed, brothers. Come early, find a good spot to park if you can't find any spaces inside the car park. And car share, please. 2 things. 1, economy, environment. 2, because of the car parking spaces. So please come early. In terms of food, we will do our best to cater. We have someone.
So there's actually 2 venues for
2
car parking,
events.
isn't there?
2 events at the same
No,
two
no,
time.
no.
venues.
There's the 2 parking venues. So one is in Mabley Green itself, and there's a Hackney Mart Centre as well, which has a much larger parking space, and it's only a few minutes walk.
Okay.
So if you get stuck with parking
Thank you.
space, you can go to the next one.
Next one,
Okay.
yeah.
Paul Bhai, final thoughts before we end the show.
Final thought, আমি আসলে আমরা সব বিশ্বনাথী ভাই অন্তরে একটাও অনুরোধ করবো যে এটা একটা বিশ্বনাথী ইভেন্ট, আর আমরা সকল বিশ্বনাথী মানুষ এখানে হইতাম, আর আমরা ওখান থেকে আর এই বিশ্বনাথ উপজেলার লাগে আর ফুটবল টিম প্লেয়ার সিলেক্ট করতাম, আমরা সকল আইতাম, গেট টুগেদার হইতাম, একে অন্যরে জানতাম, আর আমরা এলাকারে সাপোর্ট করতাম। দ্যাটস অল। আমি সকলে
Anyway, I mean, that's all we have time for today. My thanks to the entire Bishownath team, the community, the whole Upozilla, everybody for having me as your presenter today.
Thank
It's
you for
an
coming
absolute privilege. Thanks to the panel and the panels that are not here. You know, thanks to everybody for watching the show.
There's one question that I have.
My thanks, personal thanks from a community angle. Thank you to the sponsor for sponsoring, because without sponsors it's really tough, you know, to deliver these types of projects. My thanks to everyone who's watching, and finally my thanks to the guys in the studio. They do a fantastic job day in, day out. We never get to see them, but they do a fantastic job. And try and everyone who Bishnatis get there, non-Bishnatis, if you're watching this show, go there and support them. That's what it's all about. And inshallah, we'll see you all there on the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.